doing out in the world, come on and do it and ask us if you want us to join in and give you a little funding or anything like that. And I'm hoping to see more and more of just like videos of people doing, let's like change this world. Let's really be out there just doing these random acts. Because I think that's what I'm really excited is to see what you guys all bring to the table, and I think it will be a really epic, amazing thing. In terms of my responsibilities, I won't bore you. There's like a lot. It's been a lot to wrap my head around. And I get, there's a side to me that probably most people don't know because it's not the artistic side and the fun side, which is, I also enjoy the business aspect of it. And there's a lot of just paperwork and understanding, the ins and outs of each department. But it's also I think one of the most rewarding things is that the team is, because it's a volunteer-only team, it's a bunch of people who have the most beautiful hearts of anyone I've ever seen. And by the way, if more of you want to join, you can. It's fun. And we're all just working together. I love that spirit. And kind of trying my best. To me, my job is a lot of my job is just to help people do the best at what they're doing, and to oversee that and guide that. So it's kind of like to me what good parenting is, where you're not telling your kid what they need to do, but you're there to kind of assist in any way they need. So that's where my eyes are on so many things at once all the time, which is really exciting and exhausting too. But it's all wonderful things, and it's the most rewarding thing to I feel like I put a little bit of effort in, and to watch that grow is the most amazing thing ever. Do you have any specific things that I didn't cover?
No, I just wanted to hear more about it. I thought it was really cool when I saw the announcement that you were going to take over that position.
I think it's really cool too. I still can't believe, I'm still pinching myself. This is awesome. And I couldn't ask for something that's more perfect, because you guys, any of you who've known me for years, even on social media and stuff, know how much I'm just always looking for how can I do more good? I can never do enough. You don't know how many times that I was literally tempted to just get on an airplane and go to a war zone. And I knew I wasn't going to do any good, but I couldn't stand that people were suffering and I couldn't do anything about it. I'm really grateful that this came along before I just randomly showed up. There's Rachel in a war zone for no reason, trying to stop people because she thinks she's Wonder Woman in No Man's Land. This is probably the better option.
That's awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, back to me.
Yeah, we've got, this side is definitely more popular, just saying.
I saw an episode of CSI, so I was curious what was your experience like working with you on an episode of CSI. I was curious what it was like working on that show as opposed to Supernatural.
It was really nice. It was a great show to work on. The people seemed really nice. I didn't get to know everyone the same way that I did on Supernatural. Because a lot of the storyline that we were shooting didn't really involve most of the regular actors. So it was a different situation. And Supernatural, I have to say, there is something magical about that group. So you don't get that same sense of family everywhere you go. But on the other hand, CSI was awesome. The director I worked with was really great. The cast was super nice and as helpful as can be. I'll be really candid too. At that time, that I was really struggling with the MS. And whereas on Supernatural, they kind of knew enough to double me for a lot of the more difficult things. On CSI, they didn't know that. I was lucky because I was playing someone who was kidnapped, and so I was limping and stuff. So that was one of the only reasons I could pull it off, because I was really limping, which they didn't know. So yeah, that was, I had a lot of attention on that. I assume you're talking about that one, not the CSI where I was, like, it was the flashback thing?
Yeah, well, I think all of them.
Okay. Because I've done a couple of different, there's so many CSIs.
Yeah.
I made the rounds. I've done every crime show. So if there is like a Los Angeles, New York, whatever, like I've done them all. But yeah, and I had great experiences on all of them.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yay! You balanced out the universe.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
All right, so we all know that Cass and Meg obviously had a relationship. I was just wondering if you could choose any other character on the show, whether they're alive or dead, man or woman, whatever, throughout the whole series, who else do you think would be a good fit for her?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, there'd be so many fun things. Like, I don't know if anyone would fit, but there'd be so many fun scenes
So
that
many
could be
fun,
done.
yeah.
With guys and girls.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, I always loved the dynamic of the way she made fun of Sam and Dean. I thought it was a lot of fun. But, yeah, I think her and Crowley would have been like a hilarious nightmare. I think her and Rowena, or her and the Darkness, like Amara or something, that would be craziness. What else? Elena's a good friend, so it'd be so much fun to see her and Abaddon.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. But what else? I'm trying to think. I mean, I'll be honest, it's hard for me to see her with anyone else but Cass, because that was such a perfect match. And I love that it was all about the intellectual stimuli or some kind of weird understanding of each other,
Yeah, exactly.
but it wasn't really a physical thing so much. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
What about you? Who do you want to see the pair together?
I didn't even think of anything. I feel like she'd be really cool with probably Crowley,
Nice.
because I feel like they're like a little dynamic duo.
Yeah. No, I agree. They're very much alike, actually.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be cool. But thank you.
Basically, in this question, I just made the rounds. It's just like, I don't care, guy, girl, whatever. Everyone.
The Impala.
Thank you.
Perfect. It's hard too because I like this cast so much. Like just doing convention stuff, I've totally fallen in love with everyone. So I don't want to leave everyone out. It's just like it's just suddenly turned into something really dirty with like tons of people. Anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Hi. Sorry, I'm really nervous.
That's okay. And by the way, take a moment because like that's one of the things is like we should not be nervous. We're all family and like just own it. You're awesome. Yeah.
This is my first full con, so I'm like really excited.
Welcome. I hope it's a wonderful convention for you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I was wondering, of all the lines that you've said as Meg, which one was your favorite to say, or if there were any lines that you ad-libbed, which one did you like more, or the most?
That's such a great question. First of all, I never ad-libbed. The writing was just that good. I had so much fun with so many of the lines. I remember my first episode I ever did, I got to say, not so easy without those super special demon powers, Sammy. And that was such a fun line to say. I don't think it's Meg's best, but it was just, I just remember because it was like new, getting to say those type of lines. Go Save Your Brother and My Unicorn is absolutely my favorite moment ever. I also loved, because I'm a big Star Wars geek, I love getting to say, aren't you a little short for a little stormtrooper? Basically, everything that Robbie Thompson ever wrote was just awesome, because he's amazing, and I love his writing so much. What about you? What's your favorite Meg line?
Probably like whenever Meg said Clarence, honestly, or the unicorn one. That's a good one.
No, I loved how she called Cass Clarence. It was so much fun. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Can I just like acknowledge you, the way you guys cheer each other on is just the best thing ever. And we should have that in the world always.
I was wondering if you could take any item from set in all 12 seasons, what item would you take?
Oh, okay, you know what I wouldn't take was the rings. That was the most confusing and annoying thing because I wouldn't be on for like almost a year or something, and then we'd have to remember what rings went on what fingers, and it was actually like a really difficult thing. And they were always falling off too. But I like that necklace that she wore. I think that's pretty cool. And plus I get asked a lot by people cosplaying her, to give them an exact description or show them. It'd be great to have it, to like share that with people. But what would you take?
Either baby, or I would want probably one of the angel blades or demon blades.
Very cool. I have to say I'm a little bit partial to the angel blade. Maybe that because I was later Meg. And maybe because I got it at Cass's coat. It would have been really fun too with baby, because I'm one of the few people who got to drive her. So what if I just hit the gas and went all the way off set? That was the story. Remember when that Rachel Miner girl who used to be on the show just tried to steal the car? It's so weird. Thank you.
Hi. First, I just want to say that you're amazing. I just wanted to ask you. I know your character died a while ago. Sorry.
Don't tell anyone.
I know that there's a lot of actors that come back to the cons years after their characters have already been in and out of the show however many times. I just wanted to
done the thing that shall not be named. Yes.
I just wanted to ask you how it feels even if you were to come back another 5 years from now, and everyone's always so excited to see you. They're always so welcoming. I'm sure that that's how it is backstage with the actors, but even the fans and everybody it just seems like it's something that it's for life. Once you're on the show, even for one episode.
Well, that's what this is so far beyond a television show. This is a family, and I can't even describe. It's impossible to describe to people just the camaraderie and support, and how moving and awesome and amazing that is. And I think it goes so much beyond any show. And I do feel like also there's an entire show that was it's not that it was never on TV, but there's an entire world that we've all created together that I feel lives on regardless. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I wanted to also say congratulations about the Random Acts, and I feel like you and Nisha together a lot of good is gonna come from that. Plus,
it'll be fun to see. Who knows?
It just seems like it'll be fun and good at the same time. So have fun with that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, so I don't know if you watch television or if you're too busy to do it, but is there a show on right now that you would be interested in acting on?
I do watch television, so many. I would love to. I definitely, I'm a total Super Who-Luck fan. I would love to be okay, probably Doctor Who would be my number one. And then, Sherlock as well would be amazing. I love a lot of British crime dramas and things like that too. but honestly, like Doctor Who, I would totally, that would be my like fangirl moment. What about you? What show would you want to be on?
Well, I would love to see you in How to Get Away with Murder.
Nice.
I think that you and Annalise Keaton would be like a power couple.
That's
Because she's
amazing.
bisexual on the show, so that would be really awesome.
I love that.
I would also love to be on How to Get Away with Murder.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you for that question. And I'm totally going to dream that up now too. That's an awesome answer.
Go for it because she's amazing.
Hi, I just want to ask you, why do you think Meg and Castell's relationship came so naturally to them? Like, what do you think they saw in each other?
I mean, I'd love to hear your interpretation too. I felt like part of it was they were both really, really odd. As much as Meg liked to think she was cool, no, they were really strange. And they had a perspective on the world that I don't feel like any of their counterparts, be they demons or angels or human, like there was no one else who had a similar perspective. And so I felt like somehow their minds met on that. When you've seen as much as either of those whatever they are, creatures have seen, it's got to put you in a separate category. And I felt like somehow they found each other in that niche. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So. I feel like also Cass just tickled Meg in a really fun way.
Wow.
I didn't mean that in a dirty way.
Sure.
Hi, Rachel.
Hello.
I was wondering, you had mentioned that you didn't see the original Meg before, so you had your own interpretation, and then we talked about how this is so much more than a show, it's a family.
Yeah.
What was the moment when you realized, oh my God, this is a family and this fandom is crazy and awesome? That moment.
Okay, I'll give you 2 moments where it really, really hit me. I mean, obviously, I was more cognizant of it throughout, but my first convention I ever did was an asylum, like 8 years ago, I think. And the first time that I met everyone there, it was just that was my first taste of like really embracing how incredible this family is and how much we look out for one another. And then the second moment was I had gone out to the fandoms to say, hey, I'm going to stop doing conventions probably because I knew I was getting to the point where I couldn't walk anymore. And I just thought, hey, I'll be no fun. I really can't pull this off. Sorry, thanks guys, I love you, whatever. And you guys as a family, the outreach that I got, the messages I got, and the campaign to get me to still come to conventions was just the most moving thing ever, and you saved my life. So, thank you.
Thank you. And I love that you choose the unicorn, because it always makes me think of the meme, always be yourself unless you can be a unicorn, then be a unicorn, and you get to be both.
Perfect. Is that everything? Was that everyone? That was interesting. I've never had that happen before. I can riff.
Yeah.
So what would you guys like? I'd like some votes. Would you like? I can talk a lot about saving the world stuff. I can talk about really geeky study stuff, or I can talk about supernatural. Wait, supernatural is what I'm hearing.
Geeky stuff.
Okay. So, wait, I think there is a question too. Just a second. Is that a question? Or okay. But I can talk about supernatural all day.
So can we.
Really? I don't know how we all ended up here of all places. Strange. Was there a question that you had? Oh, I think. Awesome.
Hi. It's
Hi.
about sympathy for the devil. It was a scene before you got on set that you had a Jolly Rancher, and you had to say hi to Dean, and then like you gave him a kiss or something like that. He's like, "What is that? Peanut butter?" or something like that. But in truth, you really did have Jolly Rancher, right?
A Jolly Rancher. I did not have a Jolly Rancher. I'm just trying to think. So, sympathy for the devil.
You came back, Sam just got done opening up
Yeah.
his cage, and then it goes into season 5, episode 1, and you show up, and they're trying to figure out how to track Lucifer back in the cage, and you
Right.
surprise them.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great episode. It was a super fun episode to do. I did not get any sweets out of the equation. I can talk to someone about that because maybe that was a gross error on their part.
It was talked about it in another con where you had to like surprise Dean and say hello to him, and you had to give him a kiss, and he was like, "What is that?"
Well, he said peanut butter. I know when I kissed Dean, he was like, "What, did you just eat peanut butter or something?"
I thought that somebody was saying that you had Jolly Rancher just beforehand.
Okay, no. I just gave him my peanut butter breath. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. You have made my life. I love you. Thank you. Have such an amazing weekend. And for me, I keep standing there, and what will I do?
Give it up for Rachel Miner. Love that lady.